Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing another collective moon update for this new moon that we're having in the sign of Taurus. So how have you guys been? What's going on? You know me, I'm always interested. I'm always curious to see how you've been feeling the energy, what's going on for you. All of the astrologers that I've been watching surrounding, the energy of this week, they've all been saying that this is a super intense week, a lot going on. They're calling it like a pressure cooker. I've heard multiple astrologers describe this week that we've just been through as like a pressure cooker week, because I know that Mars is aspecting Pluto. I think they're in opposition. They were in opposition. I think they are currently. I know Mars is in Leo and Pluto is in Aquarius. And then I know something's going on with Venus and Saturn. I'm not really an astrologer. I read tarot, but yeah, I've been hearing a lot of things. And for the most part, for me personally, it's been chill. Like it's been pretty, very slow moving, with an emphasis on like self-care and just kind of like taking it really slow. It's been really quiet. So I was like, okay, this isn't so bad. But then yesterday shit hit the fan. So I'm like, damn, I didn't escape unscathed, So yeah, I definitely felt like that pressure cooker energy, like things reaching that boiling point yesterday, and like things really coming to the front and center, like things that you have to face, things that are like, okay, it has been an ongoing process, but here it is, like needing to be looked at and like just dealt with once and for all, right? So I definitely felt the energy yesterday. On Thursday, I'm recording this video on Friday. The new moon isn't going to be exact until this Sunday, so in 2 days. But we're already in the energy. The energy isn't like black and white. It's not like on Sunday, I'm sure it peaks, like it'll probably peak on Sunday, but like we've been feeling it. We're in it basically, in my opinion. So this new moon in Taurus. So if you guys remember the last 2 weeks, our last moon update, it was a full moon in Libra, and Venus rules Libra. Well, Venus also rules Taurus. So here she is in all her glory, still front and center, still taking the spotlight, this strong Venusian energy, which I love. I'm always so excited when it has anything to do with Venus, because Venus to me represents divine feminine energy, love, connection, relationship, heart energy, a being energy. It just is what you are. And if you guys have been watching my channel, you'd know that I'm big on divine feminine energy. I consider myself a protector of the divine feminine energy because unfortunately, in our world, in our society, it's become culture, part of like our social norms, to minimize this energy, to tear it down, to corrupt it, to pervert it, reduce it, to not acknowledge it, as important or as worthy as masculine energy. And so that's definitely a problem, because feminine energy is a part of the whole. It's a part of the bigger picture. You can't really just erase her and try to bury that energy, because then that's going to result in an imbalance, which is exactly what our world is going through. And it's because we lack like connection and compassion and love and like consideration and empathy. And it's again because this energy, this divine feminine energy, has been so buried. So I think it's important for us to really make an effort to like bring her back, to let her rise up, to truly honor her, praise her, and love her, this energy, of course, that I think Venus represents. And I always think of the sign of Taurus really being representative of Gaia, of Mother Earth, of nature, which again is very in line with divine feminine energy. And I don't know if you guys remember, if you guys watched my last moon update in Libra, that full moon in Libra that we had. And the messages that were coming out for that reading were all about like slowing down and like taking it one step at a time, one foot ahead of the other, and not being in such a rush, like not trying to rush the process. but being okay with where you are in the process and like savoring each moment and being grateful and finding the beauty in it. You know, like stop and smell the flowers. You're here, it's okay. Be where you are. Slow down, stop trying to rush. Stop trying to get out of whatever it is that you're finding yourself in. You know, because there was like this energy of like just wanting to move and wanting to jump and wanting to go and like, you know, to jumpstart change, feeling it in your bones that you need a change, and feeling like in order to get that change there has to be like some type of external action. But the message that was coming through was like, no, that change is happening within you. And even though there's not much to show for on the outside, there's so much growth and so much movement happening inside, which is often true with nature, right? There's that saying like, nature never hurries, but everything always gets done. And it's like, if you just sit and watch nature, or like, you know, watch a plant or like a seed after you've planted it, it's not going to look like a lot is happening. It's not going to look like a lot is going on, but you know that there definitely is beneath the surface. It's happening. Things are moving, things are progressing slow and steadily, divinely, as it's meant to, you know. And you see that like when you see those videos, those time-lapse videos of plants growing, you know, like over time you see the changes and how it grows and how it blossoms and blooms and becomes what it's meant to become, you know. But you can only see that progression like when it's being fast forwarded. Like when you're just sitting there in the moment and you're just watching it, it doesn't look like that. It looks like nothing's happening, you know, if you just sit there and like stare at it and watch it. But the proof that something is happening is when you see those time-lapse videos, when you see all the movement and all the growth and all the change. You know, it can be really fascinating. So I think, you know, something along those lines is what we have to consider and what we have to keep in mind, because again, we live in a world where, you know, what's praised is like quick results and like numbers and strategy and, you know, growth. It's very outcome focused, you know, where we're just like striving for that outcome, you know, taking actions and like forcing our way through, like powering our way through, using our willpower to try to force something to happen, to try to like manifest something, you know. And in doing that, strategy, having a blueprint, putting like forethought into it. It's like, oh, how do I have to present it? How do I market it? What words do I use? How, you know, it's like so planned. And it's because it's looking for like a very specific outcome, which most likely has to do with like, I don't know, followers, likes, growth, money, reaching some kind of top peak position in like records time, you know, something like that. And that's what's praised and that's what's rewarded and recognized as like extraordinary. And there's nothing wrong with that energy. It should be praised. It is very impressive energy. But like I said, there's an imbalance, you know, where it's like that's the only thing that's praised, and feminine energy, that passive energy, that slow energy, that becoming energy, that just being energy isn't really praised or looked at in the same way, in the same light. And so people don't regard it as like being impressive. So it's just like coming back to the idea that both of these energies play a role. They're both so important, and we need to know like where to apply each of these energies, where it's appropriate, you know? Because I think like the main thing that it's done is that it's caused people to lose like connection. I don't know, like connection with like the natural order of things, or like the natural progression of things, and like knowing that you don't always have to force and move everything to happen. There's definitely like another force that's present, that's playing a role, you know, something that, you know, you can't plan for, that plays its role in like naturally aligning things. Like there's a divine order, and if you let things take its natural course, if you let things bloom and blossom and progress in the pace that it's meant to, which is usually a slower pace than people want to be patient for, because again, they've lost that connection to like what's natural and real. It's always like, how quick can I get there? How quick can I reach the top? How quick can I get this result? And like it becomes very mechanical, very machine-like, versus being in flow and like letting things take, you know, its time, its natural time that it's supposed to take, and celebrating that and encouraging that and seeing the beauty in that and the strength in that. And yeah, just not losing that connection to what's natural, like the natural order of things, like the process of things, what that looks like. You know, it's very like from farm to table. Like a lot of people have no idea what that takes and what that looks like, or how anything is made, like our clothes or our TVs, our cars. It's like you just go to the store, you just purchase it, you put it where you're gonna put it, you just use it. But it's like you don't think about, like, where did those materials come from? Like, how did it become this TV that now you're watching? Like, there was a whole process for it to just be what it is, like for it to be its finished outcome, the finished product. It took like a whole process, and we're not connected to that. It's like we forget. We just look at the finished product. We don't think about that whole process. We don't even know what that process entails. We're so disconnected from it, and that's like a natural part of us too. Like, there's a process for us too. And yeah, I just feel like the message was like, be okay, be where you're at, accept where you're at, and be okay with the natural slow progression of things. And another card that I remember came out in the last reading was the astrology card, which I found really interesting because it was talking about Taurus energy. A couple days later, like after that moon, I think we went into Taurus energy, into Taurus season. Taurus season started. So I feel like that's what it was talking about. It was like depicting that Taurus energy, that slow, steady, grounded energy, because in order to build something that's going to be sustaining, it takes time, for you to build like that strong foundation. You can't rush it. It's not something you can rush. You just have to let it do its thing, let it be. Again, that is very representative of divine feminine energy. And I just feel like divine feminine energy is something that has been so lost. Like, it's because it's been so erased. Like, so many people don't even know what divine feminine energy is. They truly don't know what it is. And it's because it's been so buried, and it's been so torn down and disrespected that people don't even know what it is. It's sad. And you see it like in those types of videos of women like trying to teach other women, like, oh, how to be in your feminine energy and all of these things, which it's very, in my opinion, misleading. You can tell that they don't even know what divine feminine energy is. I made a little video about this, actually. Maybe I'll link it below. I talked about this a little bit last year. Because I started noticing, like, that's not divine feminine energy. They're saying, like, this is how to be in your divine feminine energy. And I'm like, no, it's not. Like, that isn't it. And in that video, I expressed, I'm like, no, but these ladies, like, I really don't think, no one's doing it on purpose. No one's trying to be misleading. They really think this is the truth. I have empathy and like sympathy for that, because it's like, it's been so buried, it's been so lost, it's been so erased that we don't even know how to do it. Like, people need to make videos about how to be in your divine feminine energy, and it has nothing to do with your voice and how you carry yourself and how you present yourself and what you wear, and don't take too much action, don't take the lead. Like, it has nothing to do with that. You know what I mean? I'm just like, damn. Like, and it really does show you how ingrained like this masculine energy is, that even when you're talking about divine feminine energy, it's like, it's hijacking like that masculine energy, that strategic energy that wants a certain outcome, hijacks it. And again, it's because it's been so lost, it's been so erased, and people don't really understand it. It's misunderstood, it's misrepresented. And I feel for those women out there that, like, they have to watch videos to try to see if they can be more in their feminine energy. They don't know that feminine energy is just what you are. There's no plan, no strategy, no blueprint to follow. It's just being who you are. It's surrendering, releasing, and just being who you are, and knowing that whatever that is, that's okay, and that's enough, and you are worthy, and being honest. And in doing that, you're gonna connect and find people that you truly vibe with, that you truly, align with in a way that's healthy, because you're just being your true self, your genuine self. And then you're gonna align with people who like whatever that is, and you're not playing some role. You're not trying to, stuff yourself into a shoe to, like, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's a lot, but I've been talking for 20 minutes. So as you can see, I can talk about this all day. Let's get into this message though. I am so curious to see what message wants to come through for this new moon in Taurus. You guys, we get together here for these new moon updates, these moon events for new moons and full moons, to give spirit the opportunity to come through to communicate to us things that they feel would be beneficial for us to know right now, moving forward on our journey until our next moon event. Just things to bring to the forefront, things to think about. The messages that come through here are messages that are going to be in line with universal truth, divine law and order, and unconditional love. Those are the intentions. These messages that come through are for the highest and greatest good of us all. We work with benevolent, loving, high vibrational spirit guides that help these messages come through, that facilitate these messages. So let's jump right in. You guys can go ahead and take a moment if you'd like to, calm your energy down, take deep breaths in and out, settle your energy, invite stillness, so that you can open yourself up to receive these messages, and so that you can have the discernment to know what's for you and what isn't. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Ow. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with our spread. I'm pulling the tarot first. Usually I pull this last, but it's okay. So far, so good. Let me pull the oracle cards. Do you guys see my little flash tattoos? I don't know if it's visible. I love them. Let's see what wants to come through for us for this new moon in Taurus. Get two more of these. Oh, there they are. Okay. And I still have a couple more decks to pull from. Interesting. Oh, that's very interesting. I'll show you guys in a sec. And I'll get two from here. Oh, this is crazy. This is crazy. Okay. Okay. So let me see. Let me organize this. Okay, so let me show you guys the two oracle cards that came out from this deck are transformation and death. And that's like death energy. It's about transformation. So I just feel like they're both kind of saying the same thing. Like it's a death energy, and transformation could also be like associated, like linked to that death energy as well, because it's like turning from one thing to the other. So it's like, oh my gosh, and look. This one says angel's trumpet, and this one says devil's trumpet. That's crazy, isn't it? Oh my gosh. And then this one, we got butterfly maiden, which is beautiful change. Again, transformation energy, a butterfly. It goes from the caterpillar to a butterfly. Like it has that, it transforms, and rest. Like let it happen. Like slow down and let it, whatever is gonna happen. But yeah, I'm still like kind of stuck on this devil's trumpet and angel's trumpet. I'm like, like what is this trying to tell me right here? Oh my gosh. Let me see. Hold on. I have to ask. What is? The Ten of Pentacles. I don't know. Okay, let's just get into the message. Okay. I'm so fascinated by that right now. Okay, but let's get into this message. So for this new moon in Taurus, what is the message that Spirit has for us today? Okay, so they're saying like we're currently finding ourselves like in the middle of like a lesson. It's like we're learning a lesson, we're getting messages, we're getting insight, things are moving, we're learning something valuable, something meaningful. And it's causing us to change and to shift and like to become a new version of ourselves. And in becoming this new version of ourselves, like our mentality and our perspective and everything is going to change. It's like we're becoming the person that we need to become in order to see something differently. And yeah, I'm just seeing like we're finding ourselves in this like right smack dab in the middle, you know what I mean, of this transformation. It's like we're still receiving insight messages, we're still seeing things, we're still learning how to see things clearly, like information is still coming in, and I see it coming in quickly. But yeah, they're saying like this is the nature of being on earth, being a human on earth, and like learning lessons and going through things that are going to change you and grow you and transform you and evolve you into someone that has more wisdom and more experience. They're saying this is the nature of, you know, soul growth. Again, learning life lessons and higher learning with this Earth School card. And they're saying just to like keep holding the vision because it's happening. Like we're becoming. The changes that we need are manifesting slowly and steadily. It's happening. Like there is movement. So if you think that things look like nothing's changing, nothing's moving, everything is just standing still, that couldn't be more wrong. Like things are moving rapidly, quickly. And you know, we are really being called to trust the timing here. I feel like a lot of us could be, again, like that restless kind of energy where we just want to go, move quickly, like hurry up, just hurry up. But we can't hurry this process. You know, you can't rush the process. You have to just be where you're at. Let where you're at be okay. Know that there's a lot happening. There's a lot coming in, a lot of information. It's growing you. It's transforming you. And you just have to trust the timing. Time is not running out. Patience here is key. And something about this message here, like this lesson that you could be learning, could have to do with you know, energetic sovereignty, like having sovereignty over yourself, not letting any like little hidden things be taking your energy, whether it's like subconscious beliefs, ingrained beliefs that are holding you back, whether it's like religion or tradition or things that your family imprinted on you, or things that you learned from your family that you carry with you. Any way that you're being like negatively influenced and like pushed and pulled, it's like they want you to become sovereign. And the way that you become sovereign is by really connecting to yourself, connecting to your heart, knowing who you are. You know, like what do you like? What are your values? Taurus energy has so much to do with values. What's valuable to you? What's worth it to you? You know, what's going to be worth it to you to like stick through, to work hard, to see through till the end. So it's like making sure you know who you are and that you're aligned with your values, that you're making decisions from a very grounded place, from a very clear place. Like you don't, it's like you're not confused about why you're making certain decisions or why you're behaving in certain ways. It's like you're very present, you're aware, you're home, you're awake, like you know why you're moving, how you're moving, you know why you behave how you behave. You're in control of yourself. You're not you know, like in denial or projecting, or you know, your defense mechanisms aren't taking over. It's like you're very present, very alert, very aware. You know what you're doing and why you're doing it. You know who you are. You know what your energy is. You know what's important to you. You stick by that. You stick to your values. You live according to your values at all times. So to me, that's like what energetic sovereignty is. So that could be like the lesson that you're learning. That's like, it could be surrounding that. And then absorbing what's not yours, like not carrying what isn't yours, you know, not making yourself responsible for things that aren't yours to carry, yours to work through. It's like letting everyone carry their own stuff, their own baggage, their own burdens, like letting everyone work through their own things. Like we each have enough on our plate. Like we can't be like carrying other people's stuff, you know? You're only responsible for your own karmas, for like clearing out your own karmas. Everyone is responsible for it. Like whenever you try to take the load off of someone else out of love or whatever, like when you're trying to rescue them, it's like you're denying them their lesson. It's like that's their lesson. That's their karma that they have to work through. That's what's going to grow them. So it's like you have to let everyone do what they need to do. You know what I mean? Grow how they need to grow. Go through what they need to go through to grow and to learn. And just stay focused on your own thing, you know? what it is that you're going through, that you're learning through, and just like stay on your own path. So yeah, I just feel like right now it can seem like nothing is moving, like you could find yourself kind of like at a standstill, but again, I feel like your perspective is changing. New information is coming in, and it's continued to come in. And it's continuing to come in. It's like we're not done yet. They're saying like things are still being sent in into your awareness. You're still you know, like you still don't have it yet, like the whole thing, in order for your perspective to be changed. Like it's saying you're not there yet, we're not finished yet, we're not done yet. Like things are still being revealed. There's still more messages coming in, more information coming in, that's going to influence, again, your perspective. And that's really like refining you as a person. It's growing you. It's providing you with a certain kind of wisdom. It's helping you to shine a light and to get to know something about yourself, and to become to become masterful at it. It's like you're building a skill. You're becoming smarter, wiser. You're growing up in some way, maturing in some way, wisening up. And spirit is trying to be really gentle with you in this process. Like I'm seeing, there's a lot of loving energy here. Like they're just trying to do this very gently for you. Maybe that's why they're saying like they're doing it slowly. Because it's like they don't want to hit you all at once and like rattle your system like too much. It's like they're doing it nice and steadily and slowly, and that's loving. It's because they love you, and like they're doing it in a pace that they think, could try to keep the balance as much as possible. And they're saying again, like, being very grounded is important. And it's like mastering the art of being a human. Mastering the art of humaning, like it's not always easy, but that's essentially why we're here, to master being a human. So something about needing to be grounded, accepting the pace, the slow progression, the slow progress, accepting the natural order of things, what's natural. And yeah, just like really building that skill. And again, they're trying to be very loving. They're telling you like there's a change happening here. There's a change happening here. And like to take a lot of rest, because like when we're having like these deep changes going on within us, like we need to process, you know what I mean? And we need to allow ourselves to like rest and recover from it. So yeah, maybe like when you sleep, when you take a nap, it really like helps you to be ready for like what's next. So take care of your sleep schedule. Maybe we need to give each other some tips, because I struggle so much with sleep. I feel like I borderline might have insomnia or something. So yeah, like let's focus on getting good sleep, good quality sleep, for our brain, for our bodies, for all of our bodily functions and stuff. And also spiritually, here is what I'm seeing too. Rest is super important. It's going to help you like, get through this transformation as gracefully as possible. Okay, because they're saying like a beautiful change is happening, but in order for the little caterpillar to turn into the butterfly, like, there's like a process. It doesn't just happen overnight. Like it does just have to hang there for a while. Maybe look into that whole process of like caterpillar to butterfly. Maybe you can learn something about that process and apply it to your own process. But yeah, there is going to be like a moment of rest, and then you're going to like emerge as this beautiful butterfly, like with these changes having happened within, right? But you're only going to emerge and come out when you're ready. So know that you're going to come out, you're going to emerge, and you're going to come out into the world again, beautiful and sparkly and shiny and new and whole and complete and finished, But let that take its time, let it take its course. It's very like the way spirit is presenting it to me is like a little child, like when you have kids and just watching them grow like naturally, like from a baby to an adult. Like it's crazy, watching a child grow, and you do so lovingly, and you love them through all their phases, through all their stages, and you try to support them through it all. It's like that's what spirit is telling us that they're doing to us. Like they're like our parents, and they're like, you're like our little baby and you're just growing up, and we're just trying to support you as much as possible through this growth here. that seems like an awakening, and it seems like it's really cultivating like inner strength, or we do have to have like an inner strength in order to, you know, come out on the other side of this. And yeah, so I've been thinking about this, the devil's trumpet and the angel's trumpet, with this death and transformation energy. And for death is the one that says devil's trumpet. So I feel like what's dying and what's shedding, what's being shed, is like devil energy, which is like negativity, toxicity, things that were binding you, that were holding you back in some way, things that were like corrupt and poisoned. It's like it's dying, you know? And then this angel energy is here to help with the transformation. And it's like you're using the stuff, like all that negativity and all that corruption. It's like, it's not for nothing. It's, yes, you need to shed it, but it's transforming. You know what I mean? It's like, it's transforming into this angel energy. And it's reminding me of that saying that it's like, devil energy and God energy is one, you know, like you can perceive it in that way, because it's like you had to know the devil, you had to know his name in order to know God, in order to know divinity. So it plays its purpose, it plays its role. Like that devil energy plays a role, and being able to distinguish opposites can be very transformational in and of itself, because again, it's like you're wisening up. You know how to see clearer, and you're not going to be tricked by the same things, you know, that you were tricked by. You're not going to be trapped by the same things. There's a transformation. There's a lesson being learned. You're becoming wiser. You're growing your wings, you know, you're growing your wings. So just, you know, you're in process. Just allow whatever is happening, allow it to happen. They're saying something is going to come full circle. And yeah, they're also saying something about like, this is what it means to be whole. This is what it means to be complete. Like you're becoming whole. You're becoming complete in some way here, which is beautiful. I love that. I love this message. And yeah, I also love that they're like, we're just like your parents, just like watching you grow and watching you grow up, watching you evolve, and just trying to be there for you. Through it all, you know, and support you in the best way that we can through it all, loving you through all of your phases. Okay, you guys, so that was our message. I love that so much. Be strong. You have to be strong, but I also feel like you're cultivating like a strength too, like an inner strength. And don't forget to get a lot of sleep, a lot of rest. That's definitely important here to nurture this growth that's happening inside of you, that maybe again, like you can't see, it's not readily apparent, but it's happening inside. It's an internal process, okay? And that's perfect. That's great, okay? Stay in your process. Try to align yourself to that feminine principle of slowing down and really getting to know yourself and getting to know your heart and taking care of your internal world. Taking care of any, again, like harmful patterns that you may have been caught up in, taking care of your mental health. Because by doing this work, by really taking care of your internal world, it helps you to manifest more consciously, more clearly. Again, it helps you to become sovereign and to align yourself to what it is that you want, you know, and not to manifest things by accident, because it's like there's something else influencing, there's something else in control, there's something else that is asleep inside of you that's taking the wheel in some way. And it's like, you know, grabbing that power back, taking that power back, and being in the driver's seat of your own life, you know, and so you know what you're going to manifest. It's not really like a surprise, you know, because it's going to be a life that's reflective of who you are, you know, and what's inside of you, which will probably be a life that is reflective of your purpose, you know, that's reflective of your truth. And this process, it's a slow unfolding, it's a becoming, and it is truly the path, I think, in my opinion, to true happiness and to true success and fulfillment. Okay, you guys, you're doing great work here. You're building strong foundations. Little birdie. You're building strong foundations. I'm hearing like the house won't fall if the bones are good. It's like you're building, again, like the bones, a strong foundation so that it's not gonna crumble or fall. It's like you're not building it out of sand, you know what I mean? You're doing that like groundwork here. which is incredible. That's amazing. So yes, you guys, this was our message. I truly hope that this message has served you. Thank you so much for being here with me today, for sharing your time and your energy. I hope to see you guys around here again very soon. Take good care of yourselves, and until next time, bye.